Welcome to this solo episode of the Garlic Marketing Show. If you're joining me on YouTube, thank you for joining me on YouTube. You are in the right place. If you're listening to this, I think you should listen to it and then join me on YouTube. You can go to cruisetube.com or if you're playing around, click the link in the show notes. Make sure to check this out because this is going to be very visual. And this one, we're going to talk about determining the perfect client story, the perfect testimonial. Well, I don't like that word. Video case story. And how to determine what that is, how long it is, where it should be placed, and answering the four major questions that you should about every single video. So first of all, let's step back and look at your client's journey. We are going to talk through this because this, my friends, is pretty much how everyone purchases everything. And it seems like, wow, my clients aren't going through that big of a buying process, but they are. And some of this is after the purchase, but before any purchase, what's going on? Well, let's take buying a light bulb. Any client journey starts with the fact that they don't know they have a problem. There's points where you don't know you need something, right? You're not thinking about a light bulb being burnt out before that light bulb. You might be one of those persons that plans ahead. I don't think about it until the light bulb burns out, and then I'm like, oh my God, I need more light bulbs, right? And then you might go on a subscription. So light bulb burns out, and then I'm like, oh, I need a new light bulb. But what kind of light bulb do I need? I start to do research, right? I'm like, these light bulbs are burning out all the time. Maybe I want to get some special fancy light bulb. Maybe I want to automate my light bulbs. So I start doing research about light bulbs, right? And then I ask for help. I might ask my friends for help. And then I realize, hey, I want to change out this light switch. And I want to change out this whole lighting thing going on in my house. Now, obviously, it could be just as simple as find a light bulb, buy a light bulb. But we think through these things, right? And we do. This doesn't always happen with everyone's journey. You're like, and that you're overcomplicating it. But we will then look at, after finding a light bulb, I might look for someone to help me install it. I might look at electricians. I don't know what I need. Right? I don't know. Do I need a designer? Do I need an electrician? Do I need a general contractor? And I find out, I'm like, oh, I get to your website. I'm like, this is kind of what they understand my problem. I want to make my house look nicer. I don't want just a light bulb. And oh, look at these houses that they made. So they found you. Now I'm like, oh, I'm going to spend some money on this guy. Let me do some research. I'm going to Google the person I'm going to hire. You know what? Even if I'm just buying light bulbs, right? You are doing some research there. You're looking at the stars. I look at the reviews. I go on Google. I look at the reviews on Amazon. Just buying light bulbs. And then I'll compare. Now I've gone in. Maybe I'm buying an electrician. I'm hiring an electrician. I'm comparing. Let me just do some quick looking around. Who else is out there? How much are they? It only takes a few. This could happen literally in 20 minutes, getting what I've said. How fast can you get through and research stuff? You do it so fast. We do it while we're watching TV. Now we're comparing options. And then I'd make a decision, and I hire the person. And I'm like, okay, I've got a proposal. Make the decision, hire him. And then it's their opportunity to tell me how it's going to work, what's going to work. And the more that they spend time here, this is why, and we'll explain to us why this is green in a second. These are all the steps after I hire someone, right? They're going to tell me when they're coming and how it's going to work. There's going to be a point where I'm like, did I do the right thing? It happens naturally with everyone. First big win. What happened? When was the first time? Maybe they show me some schematics. Maybe they show me some light bulbs I loved. Then I'm like, oh, they're not coming in time. I'm not really excited about these light bulbs. Here's some problems I had. But then they fix some other things, and they're like, oh, maybe the light bulbs, I'm starting to get installed. And then finally the light bulb's in, and my living room's different and amazing. And now I start to look around and go, maybe I need something besides these light fixtures. And then I start telling everyone about the light fixtures. They're like, oh my God, this has transformed my living room. This is just buying a light bulb. This happens in every service, especially the more complex your service, the more you need to be thinking about this entire journey. The more expensive your service, the more you need to think about this entire journey. Because whatever you do, if you're an agency, maybe someone's happy with the amount of leads, then that happens. So you want to get out here, right? Let's say you're a lawyer. People don't think about needing a lawyer until they need a lawyer. Most people don't. And then they go throughout this journey. So let's talk about why it's color-coded. Red means someone's hot. Warm, orange, and blue means cold. Cold, warm, and hot traffic. Cold would be problem aware, starting to be aware that they have a problem. My light bulb burns out, right? Warm would be, I'm thinking about getting someone else to fix it. Hot would be provider aware, meaning they are aware of your business. The sooner you can make them aware of your business, the more likely you are to get the business. It's called the mere exposure effect. The more people see your name, hear about you, hear your stories, the more likely they're going to deem you as a friend and a trusted resource. That's what branding is in a nutshell. Good branding, at least. Some people will go colors, logos. That's not what it is. Colors and logos do build trust if they see it over and over again. But really, it's stories. So once they are a client, this is where people don't spend enough time. It's the green area. You still want to be selling to your current clients. You want to provide great service, but you want to tell them why you're great. You want to remind them why you're great. Why? Because we forget. We're no longer being sold to. And most people spend so much of their time up here in the cold, warm, and hot area, and then they forget about it. But this is the green for profit center. Why? The happier clients lead to more referrals, right? The happier clients lead to higher profits because you're not spending as much time on them. Happier clients, that perception of happy, they do more of what you tell them to do because they believe in your service. They believe it's going to get that outcome. Let's talk about weight loss for a second. If I start not believing that I'm going to lose weight, I'm not going to listen to your program. And if I don't listen to your program, I'm not going to get the results. And then I'm not going to be happy, and then I'm not going to refer anyone. I might be calling with and telling you all the problems, wreaking havoc on your customer service. Definitely not buying anything from you. This happens in every business. If you're a marketing agency, if your clients do not believe in you, they're not going to do what they say. And even if you do get them results, they're going to second guess it. So you need to continue selling to them. But the next place that you want to spend time, and I'd say this is the place that we want to spend the most time, is what we call the fish in the barrel. It's from here, they find you, until they process. People, you have to be thinking about this. Think about how much time people are doing research on you. And from finds you, researches your business, compares options, makes a decision. In that, they are Googling you, right? They're looking at your online reputation. They're looking all throughout your website, not just your homepage. And they're definitely not going to your testimonials page. They're looking at your services. The About Us is the second most used page. They want a process page. They want to know how this is going to work. They're going to your contact page, which you need to make a converting website, not just with the form. You need to think about all of those places. They're checking you out and starting to follow you on social media. They're looking at your LinkedIn. Almost every business here needs to be updating their LinkedIn on a regular basis. You need to treat your LinkedIn profile like a landing page. They are looking at your ads. And if you're not running ads, you're missing out on an opportunity of following up with them with retargeting. People, as soon as they find you, because you build that authority. They are networking. They're asking other people about you, right? And they want to hear. And this is where case stories come in, because now if you put a person in there talking about your business, how great you are, their experience, this entire experience, and especially right here, they're going to be more likely to remember it. Trade shows. People are going to trade shows to find you. And then they're going to research your business even more here. Websites, directory, SEO, referrals, direct mail, right? Direct mail, while they're researching your business, sending them direct mail to explain your business. Things like shock and awe packages. Things like sending a box with your book or a box with amazing information that they can then see the case stories. All these are opportunities for you to stay in front of a person and sell yourself, build the value, and then compare options. They're comparing you, right? And they're going to comparison websites. And then they're making a decision. And once they make the decision, they're looking, once again, at your online reputation. In between there might be a long time between comparing options. One of the options might be not doing something. So you go into nurture, long-term nurture, and direct mail. These are all opportunities. And so this is why we would start here with your fish and barrel with warm to hot versions of your customer stories. Warm versions meaning with hooks, the beginning of it that speaks to the person. If you use your name, or if they say the name of you is great in the first 10 seconds, you are going to lose a lot of people's attention. I don't want to hear someone talk about you, but I do want to hear someone talk about their experience with other agencies, with other lawyers, with other electricians, with other light bulbs, right? I want to hear how it compares, right? That's what we're doing. We're comparing solutions. I want to hear about their experience with those places and their experience with you, their experience. What happened at first? What were the problems that you start to solve right away for them? What were those first big wins? All these things that happen. Because what does that do? When I hear those things, it future paces me. It lets me see myself in there. It makes me remember. It makes me feel something. So I want to be creating versions here, warm to hot versions here. And this is where I'd spend my time. And then I want to have versions that are in each of these places. Now, let's just quickly say your online reputation can be anywhere from 5 to 30 minutes. It could be a YouTube version. It could be a YouTube short version right now, which is a 30-second version. Your website, you should have multiple versions for your website depending on the services, right? Depending on where they are. Your About Us should talk about your values in their terms. What does that mean? Great customer service. Yeah, what does that mean? We had an amazing case story. I love it. And it was a short one where someone said, they provide amazing customer service. Let me show you. We're interviewing the person. They pick up the phone, call the agency. The agency picks up. Live customer service. That defines customer service. And no matter how much you say you give great customer service, 24-hour answer your phones, whatever, that story right there, boom, shows it. So it's a nice short story. Social media, sub 60 seconds generally. And you want to have multiple platforms. The story platforms, the long videos are becoming more and more popular. TikTok videos. Ads, 1 to 2 minutes. Depends. YouTube, 30 seconds pre-roll. Follow them around. Have your customers surrounding these people, right? How many times have you bought something because you heard everyone talking about it? Everyone's talking about this movie or that. That's what customer stories will do. It will surround these people. Networking, right? There's some crazy stuff you can do with networking. If you know that there's an area that you're going to, you can do geofencing, and that's an advanced technique, and have your customer stories following these people around. Like Mike Michalowicz said, he did some crazy networking. You have to check out that Garlic Marketing Show with Mike Michalowicz. What he's doing with a simple $25 hack. Trade shows, mid-form case stories playing on the TV behind you with animated text. SEO, you can have, if you have an amazing story, that can be ranking for your name, for your business, for your type of business, both in YouTube or Google and the second most used search engine, YouTube. You can have them ranking in both places. Customer stories everywhere. That would be a little longer. With hooks, the hook still should be very informative, conflict-driven, or exciting, or curiosity-driven. The hook should never be, the beginning should never be, XYZ agency was great. XYZ company was great. That's just boring. Boring. I don't want that. Sites and directories, case stories, if they allow you to put videos on there. If not, put links to your videos. Referrals. Make it super easy for your clients to refer you by sending them your case stories, emailing them your current clients, long-term nurture. They're more likely to go, hey, I know someone just like this, and forward it to them. With stories too, we've seen this so much where clients share your social stories because they know someone needs it or tags a friend in it. Outbound sales. This is powerful. Hey, and it's as simple as this. Hey, someone, would you like to see a story of, is this your problem? Is this your problem? Is this your problem? Would you like to see someone just like you who solved that problem? Yeah? Okay, let me send you a video. There you go. I mean, we have trade shows on there twice because they're so important. And then once they start researching you, engage them with emails. Send them those customer stories. Have them baked into your sales process, into your presentations, into your email follow-ups. Once again, review sites, SEO optimized for your name. Send in more referrals, direct mail. Send them links to the customer stories. Send them that. If you are surrounding these people with your customer stories and with stories just like them. Now, if it's just testimonials, what's that going to do? It's going to bug the crap out of them. But if you have inspiring stories, people crying because you transformed their life, people talking about how they were able to buy a new house because you helped them, or they were able to move on with their life in their divorce, or they lost so much weight because of you helping them, and this is how they did it, people are going to get inspired, and they're going to love it, and they're going to be more likely to remember you. And by the time it comes to compare options, you'd be the only choice. But once again, and this one snuck in here, proposals. You can close 32% more proposals, retainers, whatever, by having customer stories in there. Referrals, SEO, once again, and you will want to change up the hooks. So you could have the same 5 to 10 customer stories, different hooks, different versions. Social media ones, like I said, 60-second. YouTube version, 5 to 7 minutes. Compilation stories on specific parts of the stories, services. Maybe you do website development, a compilation of all the people. Maybe you do also if you're a estate planning attorney, you talk about wills and trusts, and you have a compilation video of people talking about wills and trusts. So many different versions, so many ways to present this. And then we want to nurture. The customer stories are a great way to follow up with people. Hey, here's someone, again, just like you. I know you haven't taken action yet. And again, direct mail. And throughout this, we want to be thinking about the different versions of these customer stories. And this is where you want to start out. And then you move warm. Start to optimize it, show it, drive traffic to people looking for your service to those customer stories. You can do that with PPC, SEO, trade shows. Once again, these are warm. You start with specifically warm hooks, things about that service. And then we move into cold. Cold traffic is getting awareness. This is the toughest one to do. It's the toughest one to track because you're the furthest out. So you have to agitate them enough to get them to take action. But if you have everything else in here working, and I know you want to start right here, but they have to go through this entire journey. So if you catch more of these fish in the barrel, and then you know when you start to get warm leads coming in that you're going to close more of them because you've hit all these spots. Now everything that you do is going to work better. And then you move out. You start to build your authority. You start to go to other audiences. You start to grab the attention of people before they know they have a problem. This is how you have to think about your customer stories, about your content. This is what you have to do on a regular basis if you want to make standout content that works. Simply slapping the same testimonial all the way across here, it's just not going to work anymore because people can shut you off so easily. If you want a copy of this, we'll put a link that you can download it. I just want you to think about every scene that the person's working in. That's what we think about when we go through the videos. We think about every single scene that your potential client's in. Because that's how you're going to grow a business. That's how you're going to create great marketing. That's how you're going to talk to the people. But when you do that, you're going to increase your authority. You're going to convert more. You're going to increase your prices. You're going to build more of a business that you love because you're going to capture more of those people that you love, that love your content and come in excited to work with you. That's one of my favorite things in the world when I hear that from a client. So, you know what? We've got people excited to work with me. And they're not referrals because they've seen all their video content. They know it. And I hear this all the time. It will transform your business. But you have to think about it that way. It seems like a lot because it is. Gone are the days of simply putting up one video and it's going to drive you a ton of business. You've got to be thinking about that. But if you think about that way, it's going to compound. I'll talk about, look at punctuated equilibrium. I talk about that. Everything you're going to do is going to work better and better and better, and you get better results. All right. Please put any questions down below. I know it's a lot of information. Please put any thoughts down below. If you don't understand cold, warm, or hot, let me know down below. If there's any terms I used that you don't understand, put those down below. But this is what we think about with every customer story, and it's what you need to make them the perfect customer story to get the results that you want. All right, this has been Iron Garlic and a special solo edition of the Garlic Marketing Show. Hopefully you watched this on YouTube. If you didn't, go check it out on the YouTube channel. You'll be able to get the graphics, see everything I was pointing at, see everything I was talking about. And for those of you that have been longtime listeners, I really appreciate it. Thank you. Please let me know down below, that you've been listening. It's always surprising me people listen for 3, 4, 5 years. Let me know what's working for you, what's not, how else I can help. All right. Thank you very much for taking me on your journey. This has been Iron Garlic and the Garlic Marketing Show.